who was kicked out of the
Hungry Jack's free limit.
Oh, I'm an idiot. I just realized my mic was muted the entire time. Well, let me reintroduce myself then. The name is Elliot. I am a demon bartender. And, well, I was kicked out of hell from Lucifer by Lucifer himself. And now I run a bar called the Lucifer Stultus. Stultus. Or, sorry, that language isn't my first word. But it basically means, well, Lucifer's a fool. Anyhow, today we are going to be playing a game called The Beginner's Guide. Ooh. And I don't know too much about this game, but apparently it has like some inspiring message behind it. And I want to see what it's all about. So, if you're inclined to join me, I would like you all to take off your coat, have a seat, and order a few drinks while we embark on whatever the fuck this is. Yeah. By all means, let's get this started. Let's see. Okay, awesome. Let's begin. Please make sure the audio is on. I am hearing fire. I'm hearing audio, so the audio is on. Okay, controls. Wadast and click.
Hi there. Thank you very much for playing the Beginner's Guide. My name is Davey Reedon. I wrote The Stanley Parable, and while that game tells a pretty absurd story, today I'm going to tell you about a series of events that happened between 2008 and 2011. We're going to look at the games made by a friend of mine named Coda. Now, these games mean a lot to me. I met Coda in early 2009 at a time when I was really struggling with some personal stuff, and his work pointed me in a very powerful direction. I found it to be a good reference point for the kinds of creative works that I wanted to make. So just to start you off, this is, I think, the first game he ever made.
Oh.
It's a level for Counter-Strike. You can walk around here, by the way. And mostly it's just Coda learning the basics of building a 3D environment. What I like is that even though he starts from the simple aesthetic of a town, he then scatters these colorful abstract blobs and impossible floating crates around the level. And of course, it destroys the illusion that this actually is a desert town, and instead this level becomes a kind of calling card from its creator. It's like a reminder that this video game was constructed by a real person. And it kind of makes you wonder, what was going through his head as he was building this? This is what I like about all of Coda's games. I mean, not that they're all fascinating as games, but that they are all going to give us access to their creator. I want us to see past the games themselves. I want to get to know who this human being really is. And that's exactly what we're going to do here.
Oh, so this is
it's 2008, Coda starts making these games, and he never releases any of them. He doesn't put them onto the internet, he just makes them and then immediately abandons them, and they sit on his computer forever. And I think he really understood this image of himself as a recluse. At one point, he jokingly renamed his computer's recycling bin to Important Games Folder. So, this was just how he worked. He tended to crank them out one after the other without even really pausing to try to understand what he had just made, until suddenly one day, he just stopped. In 2011, that was it. He made his last game, and then he hasn't made another one since. And that's why I've taken this opportunity to gather all of his work together, is because I find his games powerful and interesting, and I'd like this collection to reach him, to maybe encourage him to start creating again. And if the people like you who play this also happen to find his work interesting, then I'm sure it'll just send that much stronger of a message of encouragement to Coda. So thanks for joining me on this. If you have a particular interpretation that I haven't mentioned here, or if you just need to get in touch, you can email me at daveywreden@gmail.com.
Wow.
Okay, that's about it for introduction. Let's take a look at Coda's first proper game.
All right.
As each game is loading, I'll show you the date that it was completed. This first one was made in November 2008.
What kind of labyrinth is this? Oh. Ooh, whisper machine. Oh.
Whisper machine active. Shift to structure imminent.
This game is called Escape from Whisper, and it's one of the more generic games you'll see from Coda.
What the fuck is a whisper? Why are we running away? Why don't we run towards the whisper? We don't know these kinds of things.
Security call breached. Hostile alien life form inbound.
It kind of looks like this game was abandoned mid-development. For instance, you have this gun, which you'd think would indicate that there are supposed to be monsters or enemies somewhere, but then clearly there are no enemies anywhere. You can't even reload the gun when you run out of bullets. But ultimately, we don't really know. Maybe Coda thought that actually it was complete the way that it is. And I think that we should talk about his games for what they are, rather than for what they're not.
Enemy force neutralized. Begin shift evacuation.
I love how you can see the bottom of the universe from this room.
Ah yes, the skybox. The oldest trick in the book for creating an endless sky.
Apparently, this space station has a labyrinth on it. Sure, I don't know. There's really no reason for it that I've ever been able to discern, so in the interest of time, I'm just gonna skip you on past it.
Oh. Aw.
Or, if you'd really like to solve the labyrinth, you're welcome to do that too.
Yes, I would rather take this opportunity to learn and grow. I mean, clearly the owner of the ship was designed, but clearly the ship owner was an asshole and wanted to make things more difficult for the employees. Ever thought of that? Oh god, I'm sounding like one of my D&D characters. Oh, okay. Starting here. Okay, I've been down here before. Okay. That's a dead end. I did it! Haha!
Okay, this is the part that's interesting. The game has this narrative about the whisper machine and how it has to be turned off, and then you get to the engine room.
What is said whisper machine? Alright.
Hey, you there, in the engine room. You could save us all. That beam is powering the whisper machine. We could disrupt it by introducing a great enough heat signature. If your body could stop the beam. It's so much to ask, but for all of our lives, would you do it? Could you give yourself?
What the fuck is the whisper machine? Why am I even on the ship? Who the fuck is running this show?
This is not a branching point, unfortunately. The only option is to step into the beam.
Fuck.
Let me pause here for a second.
Alright.
What you just experienced, stepping into the beam and then dying, is probably what Coda had initially intended when he was developing this level. But when he first compiles and plays it, something goes wrong. There's a bug somewhere. And this is what happens instead.
Ah? Oh. I can fly!
The beam causes you to start floating.
Wow.
And this is an important moment for him.
Holy
Because yes,
shit.
this is technically a glitch, but Coda identifies something human about it. Like how small it makes you feel in the face of this larger chaotic system. Or this floating could be the afterlife, a peaceful place, juxtaposed against all of the hysteria that you've just had to traverse. I don't even know. I have no idea what he was thinking, but what's clear is that after making this, something lodges itself in his brain. He wants to do more of these really weird and experimental designs. So he stops work on this and moves on to a stream of tiny little games that go in all sorts of directions. Let's go ahead
can
and
even
take a
see
look
the
at the first game
seams
he
of
made
the-
after leaving this one behind.
Of the skybox. Oh shit. Let's take a look.
Yep. In this game, you
That's
can
what-
only walk backwards.
Oh. Damn. This is so weird.
So it's a short and relatively minimalist experiment combining motion and narrative. It is less advanced than the previous game, but actually it seems to be more focused, more complete. Code is trying to give it a unique voice rather than simply basing it on a pre-existing trope.
It becomes clear. Okay, so going back here for a second. The future. Why does the future keep changing? The past was behind her, but the future could not be seen. Why does the future keep changing? When she stops, it looks and becomes clearer. But if the future was always behind her, how will she find the strength to confront it?
It's a short little thought, it says what it wants to say, and then it ends. Didn't need anything more than that. Which to me is why it works, because it gets out quick. Okay, next one.
Oh, fuck it. Oh dear, I'm getting Slenderman vibes from this. You are entering now. Guys, hold on a sec. Let me just double check something. Alright, this will do. Sorry, everyone.
And that's it. Okay, the meaning of this game won't be clear just yet. Please be patient with me for a few more games, and I promise you'll see what makes it interesting.
Okay.
Oftentimes, Coda would put bizarre titles like this one at the start of his games. I wish I'd known him at the time that he was making these early games. He would really only talk to me about his work as he was making it. Once he stopped work on a game, like, that was it. It was dead to him. And I don't agree with that at all, but what are you gonna do?
If I'm being completely honest, that does sound like me, in a sense. Like, I try to make something, but...
Once you've been slowed to an absolute crawl, the door at the top of the stairs opens. So why, if Coda's not showing these games to anyone, why bother opening the door at all? Well, to show you, I'm modifying the game here so that when you press enter, it'll bring you back up to full speed so you can enter the door for yourself.
Oh. Send on. What the? You must address and rally the group of eager reporters.
A room that's warm and nice and filled with little ideas for games.
A key that in one game unlocks a door in a completely separate game.
Coda would often tell me that he didn't mind if people thought of him as cold or distant. He said that he knew that he was actually a vibrant and compassionate person, but that it takes time to really see that.
Wow.
It can be a very slow climb to get there.
No, I want to read all these. Hang on. Okay. I want to read all these. Damn it. My But I'll be completely honest with you, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be completely honest with you all, ladies and gentlemen. That does sound like me. Like, I work on something, and then much later, it just becomes dead. But what you need to know about the gaming industry is, well, number one, that does build a lot. Even if it's something as dull as this, but... Okay. Fuck. No, it's telling me that the audio's bitrate is low. Of course it is. We'll continue the stream and then I'll see what happens after that. Alright, let's continue on. But honestly, I gotta say, I am liking this so far. Really, I am. It's showing the progress of a single video game developer. I didn't know what to expect. Holy crap. Oh. Door. Okay, where do we go? Let's see.
Well, this is new for Coda. It's an actual puzzle. Go ahead and see if you can solve it.
Is it just... Let's shut it. If we open it, is the result gonna change? No, it's not. Or what if we did this? Ah!
Don't forget that solution, because we're going to see this puzzle again soon. We're gonna see it a lot.
Alright. There's a lot of dots. Okay, there's a few dots here. Wow.
So that seems to be it, right? You walk down the corridor, you solve the puzzle, you get to the end. Simple enough. Alright, now I'm going to modify the game again, so that when you press enter, it'll remove all of the walls from this room.
Okay. Curious to see what that will do. Oh, wow. Coda, dude. Why are you...
How about that? There was more to it than we had any way of knowing. I actually find it funny that this game comes after the Stairs game, since they essentially convey the opposite idea. So, in the Stairs game, a dull exterior concealed a rich interior. And then, in this level, a dull interior hides this fantastic outer world. Either way, I think that the point is the same, is that most of the time you don't get to know what you're missing, or even that you're missing anything. That's not your role as a player. So if your role here is not to understand, then what is it?
Well... Oh, we're loading this again? You are exiting now.
Aha. So, this, combined with the entering game from earlier, tells us that Coda believes his games are connected somehow. It could even be that the Stairs game and puzzle game are literally connected in between this and the entering game. There's a bigger picture that all of his games are meant to play a role in, some larger meaning that we won't be able to grasp until we've seen all of them. And once we have, we can step back and start to understand what exactly that bigger picture is.
Oh dear. It looks like we're in purgatory. God, did Lucifer kick me out and send me to the other place?
Let's talk about video game development for a second. Every video game runs on what's called an engine, which determines what the game can and cannot do.
Unity,
So
Unreal.
in other words, the engine is a set of tools for game development. To make all of these games, Coda is using an engine called Source. Like all engines, Source has certain things that it does well, and it has certain things that it does poorly. One of the things that it does very well is boxy linear corridors. That's why so many of Coda's games are set in these large, flat, empty rooms, is just because he's working with what the engine does well.
Oh.
The tools available to the creator shape what kinds of creative work they're going to end up making. You might consider paying attention to the architecture in Coda's games to notice how they seem to stem from an engine that's very good at producing linear, boxy corridors.
Dude. That is awesome. That is awesome. Oh, fuck. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh. Oh. I guess I could just go now? Okay. I definitely failed that, but I lived. I lived. Okay. And this is what the Source engine does best. And I can see it. I can definitely see why the Source engine. Oh, hey, oh. Okay. Alright. Okay, invisible wall here. Oh.
This prison, funny enough, in Coda's original design, the doors stayed shut for a full hour before letting you go. If you don't mind, I think we're gonna skip that.
That is such a troll. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Oh dear. Okay. Oh.
This is something that he and I used to argue about a lot. You know, whether a game ought to actually be playable, whether it means anything if no one can get through it. And I would always defend that, you know, all this work goes into the game, why not make it playable and accessible? And so we just got into heated arguments over it, and there was one time that after one of these conversations, he went home, and a day or two later, he sent me a zip file entitled Playable Games that was full of hundreds of individual games, each of which was just an empty box that you walked around in and nothing else. Believe me, I played every single one of those just to find out if there was like a gag hidden somewhere. There wasn't.
I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. My software is playing up a bit. And it's making me look a little jittery. So I turned on the light. Hold on one sec. Is there a way I can play this out? Not too flickery. Okay, this will do. Alright. Let's keep going. But, oh, that is such a troll. Letting this man a full zip file of just boxes. I would really like to meet someone, this guy. Coda. What? Oh.
It's the puzzle again, with the exact same solution as the last time.
Yep. You stand here, back away from here, flick the switch.
There's still no clear indication of what makes this puzzle so special that Coda is going to return to it over and over. But I promise I'll share with you my interpretation very shortly.
Listen, you there. Did you come up from
Here,
above?
Coda begins using a kind of dialogue system that he fashioned out of the engine's chat capabilities. Use the 1, 2, 3 buttons on your keyboard to respond.
Yes, there was a world stamped with whiteness. Yes, I did. Tell us. Oh, okay. Each and every one of these dialogue options actually sways the player from not telling these three. Don't go to the real world. It's full of shit. Well, I guess it's better than hell. I suppose. Oh. You three are imprisoned. Oh dear. Let's do a little more trolling. No, I've been here the entire time. I suggest you go and see the puzzle sometime. It's not meant to be solved. But you could sit in the blank space in the middle. Who are you? Who are these bastards? Just hang out there in the blackness for a bit? Is that what they're saying? Like, don't actually solve the puzzle? Okay.
And so we make one last descent down to the final floor of the level.
But what did I mean by by stand in the darkness for a bit? Like here? Or in the puzzle?
It's a lamppost. Okay, I can't tell you quite why, but for some reason, Coda fixates on this lamppost. It's going to appear at the end of every single one of his games from here on out. I'll tell you what I think. I think that up to this point, you know, he's been making really strange and abstract games with no clear purpose, and maybe you can only float around in that headspace for so long. Because now he wants something to hold on to. He wants a reference point. He wants the work to be leading to something.
His own
He wants a destination, which is what this lamppost is. It's a destination.
Yeah, that's what I think
We're
as
gonna
well.
see it in the work as well. His games are just going to become a lot more cohesive, a lot more fully developed, with more of a clear idea behind them. And as we go, that idea will get clearer and clearer and clearer.
I'm sorry if I keep resetting my avatar. This game is connected to the internet. As you walk around, you can leave notes. All notes you see are left by other players. Ooh. That's interesting. Okay. Nice room. Not.
So first off, I'm sure you can deduce this,
How do you
but
beat
this
this
game
game?
is not connected to the internet. All of the notes
Yeah.
that you're going to see have been written by Coda. This was actually the first game of his that I
Oh,
ever played.
okay.
This was shortly after I met him at a weekend game jam in Sacramento, where I grew up. I saw him working on this very level, and it was just so different from anything that anyone else was doing. So right away I was like, I have to be friends with this person. In retrospect, I think I
Yeah.
was probably a bit too pushy, trying to get his attention. I was over enthusiastic. But he was very gracious about it and very patient with me. And I cooled off eventually. Oh, feel free to skip over any of these notes if they're not doing anything for you. Nothing extra is going to happen if you read all of them.
Okay.
Either way, to me they convey a sense of loneliness. I see this person who's filled with thoughts and feelings and beliefs and has no way to express them except as scattered and unheard voices in a game that wasn't meant to be played.
That's honestly, it's
It's
honestly
ironic,
kind of
isn't it,
sad.
that in playing this game and seeing how alone Coda often felt, that we get to know him better and actually kind of connect with him. And I have to be honest with you, this idea is really seductive to me. That I could just play someone's game and see the voices in their head and get to know them better and have to do less of the messy in-person socializing.
Hey,
I
just
could just
looking
get
for
to know
someone
you
to talk
through your
with.
work. I think this is why I always liked Coda's games so much, is because it felt like they let me have that connection. I felt as though he was inviting me personally into his world,
Butt ass
and then I
butt.
feel less lonely too.
I'm a fucking idiot. You could recognize me, please. You are recognized, Coda. Nothing here. Go back. Don't listen to that guy. Free t-shirt. Cannot open door. Open sesame. Oh. I hope I do too. New room. I think I should just read them. This is where I get off. Half-Life reference. Classic. I need someone to talk to. I'm not safe. Ooh. This looks like something made in paint or something. Wait, what does that one say? It's about this game is pretentious. The hell, this game is pretentious and you all suck. How to tell your fan base to fuck off without telling them to fuck off. Well, I'm here now. There must be a reason for it, though. His terrible secret kept it well. I beat the game.
At the end of this level, we're going to see the puzzle again. And here, I'll tell you what I think the puzzle means. Each of these games represents an idea that was on Coda's mind at the time that he was making it. And the puzzle is a way of closing the door on a previous chapter of his life before moving on to the next one.
Oh.
In each of his games, after exploring a theme that, he might find difficult, Coda can then place this puzzle that he knows has a reliable solution, he understands exactly how it works, and so it gives him a simple mechanism for moving on. And because there's this dark area between the doors, a space between spaces, before you move on, you get to pause. Just for a moment, a few seconds to reflect on and let go of the events that led you here.
Yeah.
To step back and connect the pieces together, to grasp at that elusive bigger picture.
Wait, didn't they mention voices before? The 3 boxes? Oh yeah. What if I just did this? Wait for a minute. Oh! I haven't heard that coughing before. I'm just standing here for a sec. Are they saying anything? Oh, it stopped. Oh. Oh my god. How do you leave nights? Oh. And there's the lamppost again. Oh shit.
Okay, this one is tough.
What
It's
the
gonna
fuck?
kind of just spin its own wheels for a few minutes. Hang with it.
Porn stars died too? What the fuck? They live on in memory of the videos they make. What the hell? Okay. I'll guess I'll just sit on this chair. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I am a. Oh my god, I am a freaking idiot. All right. Oh.
See, like, this is it. The whole game. And there's nothing that's particularly interesting about it. You just walk to the end of a hallway. Except, for some reason, Coda gets really fixated on this prison that has all of this modern furniture. And I don't know why, but he decides he needs to revisit this prison. He's gonna start over, use the same assets, turn it into something else. Okay, cool. Here's version 2.
Okay. But where's the couch? What furniture goes in the outright? What furniture goes in the right? How about a TV? I love how none of these answers to the questions are actually correct. They're just random. A skylight. Light up the room, baby. Just a lamp. Tables were invented in 1935. Oh.
There's a bit more to this one, but still, it's not really communicating anything. It's kind of just weird for weirdness' sake.
It is.
So, okay, he throws it out and starts over. This time he comes at the prison idea from a different direction.
Hello, please walk forward. This guide will enable to escape you. Any prison environment. Follow the instructions, take care you remember each step, okay? First, click this table, okay? Go over the photo frame and tilt it slightly. Yep. I'll turn the floor lamp off and turn it back on. Okay. Now go to the left side of the sofa and move it over a little. Finally, touch the cells. Oh, you mean these? Return to the start to be taken to the... Okay. Let's see if I can remember all that.
And of course, now the table is gone and you can't begin the chain of events to escape.
Yeah.
Here's a version where there are no bars, but you can't actually get to the well. And then a version where the inside of the prison is the outside and the outside is the inside. Let me just blink you real quick through a few more of these. I mean, he really unloaded this prison idea. There's nearly a dozen. Personally, I think it's awful to watch this. To see a person basically unraveling through their work. And for what? Like, at what point do you just go, maybe there are game ideas other than this prison that I could be working on?
Oh, it's upside down now.
It doesn't have that voice telling you to stop. That particular mechanism of defense against yourself. Without it, you just spiral. And so he keeps going and going and going and going and going. And then he hits on something. And he likes it. And that's it. He's done. He stops making prisons. This is the very last version of the prison game that he created. And the
Alright.
reason I think it works is that the prison is not actually in it.
Oh. Oh, is this like an outside neighborhood or something? Those look like houses. I hope it doesn't... It won't jump scare me. Surely not. If it was a blue box, I would go in immediately, but because it's not, I'm just gonna... Well... Hey, it's me. I'm you from after you escaped the prison. You're me? So you were trapped in the prison too?
It's a conversation. And so this is what Coda wants, is to be able to talk to someone, to share what's on his mind, and to get some good advice from someone who knows. But the irony is that even in this scenario, you're still talking to yourself. You know, all of these games so far are Coda talking to himself.
Yeah. Do you feel any different? Sometimes I'm scared I'll get out and the things will be exactly the same as before. It actually does change. I don't feel like the same person at all. Age just kind of does that, you know? I'm still me, but I'm not somehow. Hard to describe. Remember to enjoy being who you are right now. It won't last. That's so ominous. I'm gonna go with number 3. No, I'm the first person to call back. To get out, you just talk to me for a bit. Yeah, I don't... I actually don't, but it will make sense. Let's talk for a bit. Will you be here? I will be here as long as you need.
I can see why he considers this a fitting conclusion to the prison games. After all of the obsession and frustration, just to be told by someone you can trust that things are going to be okay. Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah.
So what would it look like if Coda wanted to make a game about talking to someone other than himself?
Oh. This reminds me of a game I used to play called Call
To
It.
me, this environment is meant to represent Coda's puzzle, with the 2 doors on either side and a dark transitional space between.
Oh. Oh. My goodness. Though, I might have to And right miserable that would have been. Everyone knows.
You'll
blows
notice that
in
the
hands.
quality of the art is a step up from previous games, including this
Don't worry
really
about.
improved chat system, which he started using.
This is a
from
nice
this point on.
place.
From here on out, he begins
I'll be glad
putting
to
much
stay
more
here
effort
all
into
night.
the visual polish of his work, and this particular game took 2
Yeah.
months to create as a result.
Oh wow. Okay. Much nicer. That's the table I want to see. Would you run into the bedroom and make the bed? Okay. But yeah, you can tell. Like, this isn't just some random... You can tell, this isn't just some random assortment of furniture and whatnot. This is an actual living space. Make the bed. Okay. Straighten the rug. How did you end up doing this job? Friend dragged me along at the time. I was desperate for cash. Turns out I've never felt doing something for money in my whole life. Never did like my own home. I might have got some demons I ain't ready to face. Speaking of demons, someone put this couch all in a mess. Would you come straighten out the pillows here? Okay. Can I clean these up, at least? No? Okay. Looks like someone spilled a drink over the... Mop it up while you're there. Yep. I felt compelled to share an incredibly cheesy insight. You okay with that? Make it especially cheesy. No. No, it was stupid. Sorry. Never mind. Hey, these dishes need to be washed. Why don't you come do that? Aw. I wanted to hear it. Why not? Okay, there we go. The tub needs cleaning. How about you scrub it down as best as you can? No need to be perfect. We're all just human. Wow. You can tell how much he's improved. Are the books still scattered and flung? That's what I was trying to do before. Yep. Perfect. Now, how about you come and clear these
After
dishes
the
off the
intense
table?
set of prison games, this house cleaning
the-
level almost feels like cleansing. It's the moment after a particularly difficult or traumatic experience where you just need to let it sit and digest inside of you, and eventually cohere into something meaningful.
Are all houses this easy to clean? Darling, let me tell you something. In your lifetime, you're going to clean a lot of houses. And among all those, a few of them will stick out just as wonderfully beautiful experiences. And none of them will be...
I know that Coda really liked this game. Of all of his work, actually, this was the only one that he called me up to ask me to come over and look at it.
Oh,
This was during a period of a few months where he was like grossly happy all the time. Just walked around with a constant smile on his face.
aw. I mean, I know this is a bit outdated now, but I could see it. About in the rug in the bedroom? Like, wait. Is it just... Tub's gotten dirty. It's just repeating the same thing. Wait, that one's house is like a lot like one's soul. You take care of it, it takes care of you. But there's a bit of truth into it, you know? Just like the bar. Aww. Housekeeping. Pick up the boats. Thanks.
I'm glad he made this. I'm glad he found some peace.
Question.
But, of
Do you
course,
enjoy
it
it?
can't last. The music stops, your companion is gone, it's time to leave. The door at the top of the hill is now open as well. Again,
Oh.
you can't stay in the dark space for too long. You just can't. You have to keep moving. It's how you stay alive.
Okay, let's go back. Damn. I also just realized you probably didn't need to go through the front door. You could just walk through the wall. And there's the
Which is the whole point
lamppost.
of the puzzle doors, right? That sooner or later you have to pick up and move. I really thought that was the point of it. This
Items
one
in
gets
love
a
at
bit
member.
goofy.
No. Oh my god.
About halfway through the game, the perspective shifts.
Yeah. Oh! What the fuck?
And you play as the teacher. And suddenly, you discover that your teacher is just as bigoted and afraid as you are. Oh, and
Oh.
also you can move around the classroom now.
I still love you. It's just you made me cold in the inside out. Well, let me tell you right now, if it isn't effortless, then it's not the right answer. If you are torturing yourself, trying to find the right solutions for your life, you're not doing it right. I'm so I know a few people who are like this. Drinking is not hurting my life. Yo. Does anyone want ecstasy after this? I'm just gonna go for the proper answer. Do what you feel is simplest. Holy shit! If you guys look... Everybody run! Run!
I felt pretty hard for this one. I feel like it's one of the most relatable experiences that you can have. To assume that some other person is perfect and totally fulfilled in every way,
Yeah.
completely miss all of the little flaws that make them painfully human.
Yeah.
I think about this game a lot these days.
Remember this, a lot of adults in this world are
This one
basically
took a lot longer than all the
children
others for
who
Coda to make. It was 4 months between this and the last one. That's twice as long as it took him to make any other game before this, and it's not like it's particularly complex, so I remember I found that a little strange at the time.
I can actually relate to that one. Now that the context has been read to me, that is actually relatable. But yeah, when we were children, we look at our teacher, our lecturers, who always tell us we need to behave, we always need to do this, do that. If you want to be the idol, to be the idol you see them as. But in reality, one thing you should know about adults, especially young adults, is that a lot of them are just children that are still somewhat growing up. They're not perfect. No one is perfect. They have their own flaws. They're not gods. No one is perfect. So, and because I used to think that everyone in my high school, every teacher in my high school, in my primary school, in the underworld, of course, I just see in character, you see them as as people that know everything and know what's best for you, but in reality, they're just like you. And, well, they're probably afraid of what they're going to say next. Anyhow, let's move on to this game, which took God knows how long to make. I can see a few reused assets here. I can see the table. I can see the chair. I can see the painting. Stage. Oh, it's echoing. Oh, is this a theater performance? Damn. Fuck! In this scene, you'll be playing as me. We are at a gathering of professionals. First, you'll be learning to stand against this wall. Okay. First, you'll start by leaning against this wall. Okay. Good. Stay right there. The woman across from you is a professional photographer of animals. Your dream is photograph animals photography. This is one chance to learn something from her. Gain something. To succeed. Wait, do I stay at the wall or fuck it. Hello. Hello? That's it? That's not a normal conversation. You need to actually converse with her. Be a human being. Do it again. Here are all my hopes and dreams. I was reserved, but I knew what I wanted. For some reason, it was just that one moment, but I was confident. Maybe it's that you need to feel better. Maybe it's you need to feel better of the setting. There were a lot of people around us. I'll give you some props to work with. These cones that bounce when you touch them represent the people nearby. Now talk to her again. Wow. You must have really worked hard to get where you are. You're messing it up all again. You'll freak her out if this... Okay. Do you not realize? I'll never get another opportunity like this in it. And everyone is fighting on this. I want to try something. Try stepping back from the stage. Okay. Like here? Back to the present scenario. Oh. Lamppost again. What? Oh. Okay. Well, yes.
The game ends with this eerie premonition of what's going to happen next in Coda's life. The solution to social anxiety, to fears of having to perform and having to chase success, the answer for Coda is to withdraw, to hide himself away.
Oh.
Which is what leads to scenarios like the stairs that slowed you down several games ago, where it just becomes harder and harder to access Coda's inner landscape because he keeps retreating. He just keeps backing away from possible connections to anyone other than himself. And to be honest, I didn't consider it very healthy when I first played this game. You know, it looked to me like he was trying to justify the idea of just disconnecting yourself from the world. And that wasn't what I wanted for him or for his games. Because I feel like a lot of his games are inviting me to connect with this person.
Oh,
to bring him
shit.
closer. But what can you do? After this, Coda went off and took another 5 months to make a new game.
Fuck, dude. Yeah. Play this game properly. You need to keep your eyes closed. I'm gonna be real with you all. I can completely understand his point of view, if that was the message. Withdrawing yourself from a very uncomfortable situation, locking yourself away to stop yourself from, you know, retreating from a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Yeah, I've been there, dude. I've been there. But in any case, I'm gonna take a small break, and I'll see you all shortly.
if there's one app you need to be on, it's Depop.
Depop makes it so easy to buy and sell secondhand.
Sign up today and sell with free fees until the end of the year.
If you love fashion and the planet, get on Depop.
And we are back. Alright. Let me just turn on the game. Okay, so to play this game, you must keep your eyes closed. Alright. Alright. I'm actually closing. Well, hello. Bartender. Sorry. Alright. To play this game, you must keep your... Hello. You must keep your eyes closed. Alright. I'm keeping my eyes closed, but... just checking. Oh god, what's going on? Oh, I guess I'll just press W, I guess? The hell? I swear I just said...
You should probably open your eyes if you haven't already. It's pretty much impossible to solve otherwise. And there is a solution, by the way.
I feel stupid. Okay. What's going on? What's going on? Can we go for here? Oh shit. Okay, this doesn't go up any further. Okay. Oh, hang on. Let me just check. Oh shit. Oh god. I'm just gonna button mash. Blind. Everyone's blind. Oh, everyone's blind except for the one up there. Okay, I get it now. Come on. True. The only way to stop it is to talk to someone that is honest. Alright. Is to speak something that's honest. Oh wow. I'm bustling with creativity. I can't keep making these. I feel like option number 2 is the answer, given what we know. That's it. It's the truth.
Like I said, I was getting concerned. First off, he's never been this explicit in his work about exactly what he's thinking. So where's that coming from? But then even weirder, his work has potentially stopped being an outlet for him. Not like he's having trouble iterating on ideas, but he literally just can't think of new ideas anymore. And in person, he was being a lot more distant than usual. Like, you know how sometimes a person will just deflect anything that you say in order to keep themselves disconnected all the time? It was that kind of thing. Here was the point in my relationship with Coda where I really started to wonder if he needed my help in some way.
I haven't been honest. I can't figure out one thing to say. I thought it was going to be easy. Oh. He was giving up. This is his way of saying things are getting difficult. I'm stuck. We're going to be okay.
His games are going to get more desperate from here on out.
Oh.
After this game, it's almost 6 months before he finishes something new.
Hang on a sec. I'm just grabbing some butter. My phone is running out of charge, and well, I'm expecting some meals. And I've paid about $20 for them. Oh. I just wanted M&M cookies. What are some more options? Sure. I'll just eat them with milk. All right. Okay. Moving on. Hello? Is this... Hello? Is anyone there? This style looks familiar. Hang on. Is that a person? How lovely. It's been so long since I've talked to anyone. What's wrong? You look kinda lost. When I try to create, I feel empty. Oh no. What's happened? There was a machine that kept me going. I think number 2. You're looking for a machine? I think I know what that is. It isn't far. What the? I need to see it. I need to know why it stopped.
If the last game featured Coda talking explicitly about his creative frustrations, this one turns it up to 11. Now,
No.
put yourself in my shoes playing this. Here's a friend whose work is exhibiting signs of struggle, frustration, anxiety, depression, even. And yet, still, he keeps making games. He keeps throwing himself into the grinder even when he clearly doesn't have the energy for it anymore. Why? What is it for? Because from my perspective at the time, and just what I knew of him, this was a result of how isolated he was. He was in his own little bubble, just sitting at his computer all day, not really showing these games to anyone, not releasing them onto the internet, and so he didn't have anyone outside of himself to connect with. He had no outlet to ground himself on.
Then you have to close. Yeah. Now you have to press the switch on the inside. And then just press the switch here.
You can't talk yourself out of loneliness. It doesn't work that way. You can't be the one writing both the questions and the answers. Then there's no movement. Then there's no circulation. If all of your anxieties are being channeled into your work, then if the work ever fails, you have no backup and you're just going to crash.
Oh wow. These are just walls. Say that work is fun and easy. You say that game development is simple and joyous, that you love it 100% of the time. Sure, making games is that feels wonderful. But why did the wall just crumble? Why did I feel so awful when I said that? Because it isn't true. I keep saying that creation is easy. It's easy. It never stops being easy.
Seeing this game at the time that he made it, it looked really unhealthy to me. I was watching him do this to himself, and I hated it. I hated seeing him so trapped. It's like, video games are not worth this amount of suffering. This is someone I really cared about. And I used to get so much joy out of seeing him create. For him to suddenly become angry and frustrated like this, it was the worst thing for me.
It always pays off eventually.
I don't know. This is what I felt at the time.
Yeah, I can feel
I
this.
wanted it to stop more than anything. I had never felt so rotten. I needed more than I had ever needed anything for this to stop.
This fucking noise, dude. It's suffocating. Oh, it's the jail. It's... Oh.
But it didn't stop. After finishing this one, Coda takes another 7 months and comes up with a new game.
May 2011. The machine. Okay. I'm glad to... Because... I tend to be quick. Very good. Calls itself Coda. What the fuck? There's a bit S. Coda. What? The machine calling itself Coda? On. Coda. Oh, wait, we're going to interrogate Coda?
And of course,
Stop.
it's the machine.
Your work was keeping us alive. There's people out there. I don't feel comfortable reading any of this. Here's what's gonna happen. You need to go out there. I've been so alone. apologize for leaving me. I have seen the thing you fear. Alright then, I will apologize to the people on your behalf. Oh. So this is his drive, Coda's drive, the machine that drives him to make these games. It's not working, so how... Oh, this is actually very uncomfortable, to be honest. My followers... It fails on me to deliver bad news. The machine will not apologize to us. But this is not important. We are stronger than it thinks we are. Let us show it that we are not failures. Fuck. What do I... Ugh, for fuck's sake. Either destroy the machine or destroy everything it's created. And we're back on the stage. Oh. I'm not gonna lie, that's actually a pretty cool effect. Oh my god. I'll make sure you have forever known. Isn't what you...
So now the work is becoming self-destructive. And I'll tell you, at the time that I first played this game, shortly after he made it, here's what I'm thinking to myself. I'm thinking that Code is stuck in his own head, and that it's having a very negative effect on him, and that all he needs to do is just start showing his work to people, to get some actual feedback on his games. It might get him out of isolation. And so, as I'm thinking this, I realize that I could be the one to initiate it. Because it would never occur to Coda to start actively soliciting feedback, so what if I did it for it? If he could see the difference it would make to have more actual conversations with other human beings, would that bring him out of his mental spiral? Would it give him confidence in himself? Would it bring meaning back into his work? So I started showing Coda's work to people. I took this one, and the islands which you just played, the theater, the notes, the house cleaning game, and some of the prison escape games. I brought them to people that I knew and trusted. I asked their opinions. And the great part is that they really loved his games. You know, the point of it all was just to give him some external reference point, but they genuinely loved his work. There was nothing for him to be afraid of.
Put down your weapon.
Can you see why I felt like this was the right thing to do? Because it's the thing that I always feel like I need, to be told that my work is good, that I am good. When someone really connects with a thing that I've made, when they see themselves purely in my work, there's nothing that feels better. And I got to give that very same feeling to my friend. I did something, I really felt like I'd done something good, like I was a good person. I felt like there was a friend who was in trouble and was unhappy and maybe didn't like themselves, and I could fix it. If I could give him this gift, maybe I could fix the problem. When they told me how much they enjoyed his games, it was the best feeling. It was the absolute best feeling. It made me feel so happy. So beautifully, beautifully happy. So anyway, Coda finishes this game, and then really he just kind of takes off for a while. So this is June of 2011, and I didn't hear anything from him for several weeks, I guess. And so out of nowhere, one day I get an email, and it's got a private link to a new game of Coda's. This one is called The Tower, and to my knowledge, it's the last game that Coda ever made. So let's take a look.
Okay. Oh god. It's making me... The more I play these games, the more I'm unsettled I feel.
And this is where I have trouble saying anything meaningful about Coda's work. Because more than anything else, the tower just feels distant. It feels like it's trying to distance itself from the world. It's a very cold game.
I see.
This room actually has a maze in it. Except that all the walls of the maze are invisible. And then every time you touch one of the walls, there's this awful flashing and noise, so the experience is really miserable. The game goes beyond not being meant to be played, it actually seems to despise the player for trying to play it at all. But I do want to show you the rest of the level, so when you're ready to continue, press enter and I'll put a bridge over the maze.
Hey. Sorry guys, I'm just checking something.
And to be fair, it's not like this is the first game that's needed some modification to be playable. Like the house cleaning game. You know, that one used to actually loop the cleaning chores and you just cleaned a house forever. I had to cut it off so that you could exit the house and the game would actually end. But that game had an idea that it was actually trying to communicate. What's the deeper idea behind the invisible maze? The only way past this challenge is to randomly guess the 6-digit code. Like the invisible maze, it's frustrating to me, because it's the opposite of everything else that Coda has made. It doesn't encourage thought or engagement. It doesn't ask anything of me, except a lot of my time. If I could have reached him during this time, then maybe I could have asked him, but I couldn't. I still don't really understand why this is here. I'll put the code on the ground for you here, though, so that we can move on.
He didn't put any thought into it. 1, 5, 1, 6, 1. Oh, whoops. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I hope wherever he is, I hope he's actually doing okay.
The switch to open this door is actually on the other side of the door, meaning that it's literally impossible to solve from this side. So even if you somehow brute forced your way through the first 2 challenges and you got to this point, there's actually just no way to progress. And it's scary for me, the idea of Coda cutting himself off entirely, just saying, that's it, that's the end of the conversation, not giving me any way to fix the problem. I feel like a failure, I guess, when I can't fix the problem. But I can open this door for you, so let me do that. Was I a failure for not understanding this game? I mean, I don't know why I would be. It's not like everything needs to have a solution, but I feel it somehow. I feel like I failed, and I don't understand why. I remember, it's June of 2011. I'm playing this for the very first time, and as I'm playing, I'm thinking to myself, I don't know this person. I have no idea who this person is. It wasn't the guy I knew, it wasn't my friend. I had come to so many conclusions from looking at all of his work up to this point, and then suddenly none of them... I had been trying to, though. That was the thing. For years I was trying to get to know him, to understand who he actually was and what he stood for. I asked him so many times to please just tell me what his games mean to him. I asked him please to tell me what the 3 dots mean. And he wouldn't.
How far away is that? Okay. In about a good 7 minutes, I'll have to...
I just felt so strongly that if I could have connected with him, that if I could have somehow made his work my own, that I would finally be once and for all happy. It was that I needed to see myself in someone else. I needed to be someone other than me. But he stopped and left, and it felt somehow like I had failed. Where did I screw up?
Dear Davey, thank you for your interest in my games.
I'm the reason that you stopped making games, aren't I? It's because of what I did. I poisoned it for you.
Poisoned it by showing it to everyone else. Games that he wasn't really comfortable with sharing, I guess. Thank you for your interest in my games. I asked you to not speak to me anymore.
I don't think I ever told you this, but when I took your work and I was showing it to people, it actually felt... it felt as though I were responsible for something important and valuable.
I wonder at times whether you think I am making these games for you. You infected my personal space.
And the people who played them, they treated me like I was important. They really listened and cared about what I had to say. Even though I was showing your work, it was... I felt good about myself. Finally. For a moment, while I had that, I liked myself.
You've infected so much my personal space that it is possible that you've infected my personal... You've so infected my personal space that it's possible that I did did begin to plant solutions in my work somewhere, hidden between games. If there was an answer, a meaning, would it make you any happier? Would you stop taking my games and showing them to people against my wishes? Giving them something that's not yours to kill? Violating the one boundary that gives you. These games were something personal to him. And when Davey showed all this stuff, it was... I feel so bad for this guy. I really do. Would you stop changing my game? Stop adding lampposts to them? Wait. What? Lampposts? Didn't he say that? Didn't he say that, didn't he say that was, Coda?
And then you stopped, and I didn't have anything left to show people. I just had to be with myself. And as soon as that happened, there was no feeling at all. Nothing. Less than nothing. What does that mean?
Would you simply let them be what they are? Okay, guys, I'll be right back just real quick. I need to grab something from the front door. I ordered some shopping. Yeah, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I had to get something from the front door. I have cookies and I have cookies and and Coke. Cookies and Coke. I wanted M&M cookies, but instead they gave me fudge cookies. Alright, let's move on. When I'm around you, I feel physically ill. You desperately need something, and I cannot give it to you. I literally do not have it. Struggling to come up with new ideas is not making me depressed. Low parts are just proud of the process. The fact you think I am frustrated or broken says more about you than about me. I realize that this doesn't make sense to you just yet. Which is fine. You're not my problem to solve. I hope that one day it clicks and that you make peace with this thing you are wrestling with.
I'm afraid that I did something really stupid because I don't like myself.
And when you finally see what I'm talking about, don't say anything. It's the puzzle. Except
That's why I'm releasing this collection of your work, is because I haven't been able to find any other way to reach you. I've tried everything. And so a part of me has hope that if I put this compilation out into the world, and if I put my name on it, that maybe enough people will play it so that it'll find its way to you, so that I can tell you that I'm sorry. I know I screwed up. If I apologize to you truly and deeply, will you start making games again? Please, I need to feel okay with myself again. And I always felt okay as long as I had your work to see myself in. I mean, is something wrong with me? Because I know that I did an awful thing, and I'm doing it again right now. Like, I'm showing people your work, but I can't stop myself from doing it. That's how badly I need to feel something again, like I'm an addict. There has to be something wrong with me. Can I apologize? What if I tell you I was wrong? Will that work? Will that fix it? I don't know. I don't think it will, but there's nothing else that I can do. Just tell me what you want. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please, start making games again. Please help me. Please give me some of whatever it is that makes you complete. I want whatever that wholeness is that you just summoned out of nothing. You put in your work. You were complete in some way that I never was. And I want to know I want to know how to be a good person. I want to know how not to hate myself. Please.
oh fuck.
I'm fading, and all I want is to know that I'm going to be okay.
The epilogue. Okay. Oh shit. It's a train station.
More love. love, more praise, more people telling me that I'm good. Always more, more, more. It's like a disease. Solution, solution, solution.
Oh, fuck.
I guess if someone had told me ahead of time that he just really enjoyed making prison games, maybe I wouldn't have thought he was so desperate. I wouldn't have told so many people that he was depressed. Maybe he just likes making prisons. Even now, the disease is telling me to stop. Don't show people what a shitty person you are. They'll hate you.
Oh.
If I knew that my life depended on finding something to be driven by other than validation, what would that even be? It's strange, but the thought of not being driven by external validation is unthinkable. Like, I actually cannot conceive of what that would be like. What now? I think I need to go. And I'm sorry, because I know that I said that I would be here and I would walk you through this, but I'm starting to feel like I have a lot of work to do. I have a lot that I need to make up for. And
Yeah.
so I'm just gonna... Okay.
Toby. stormy is by. Wow. Wow.
Turn back,
For
turn back from this cave. You said, let me prove
this project would not have been
I'm
possible for the
brave.
following
Let
people.
me keep going. But the cave goes for
And back.
miles and miles and miles. And you're so
Okay.
tired, but I know that you're strong. So
Wow.
turn back,
Oh, so this wasn't based on a true story?
turn back.
But still, it does send a good message. Things aren't, as always, as what they seem to be. Epilogue. Well, any case, I guess that'll be it for this live stream. It has been a pleasure playing for each and every one of you. And, well, I hope you enjoyed the stream. I will put your drinks on my tab, and don't forget your coat on the way out. My name is Elliot. You could call me Eli, and, well, I hope to see you for your next visit